Hello, welcome to the channel. I'm Jake. Glad you're here today. Happy you're joining on this windy video. It's always windy in Montana. But I'll do a little video here on navigating with a watch. Now, I'm holding the camera here, so it might be a little bit shaky, but I got to be able to manipulate this to point at the watch and show you how this works. So I'm going to get right into it here. I'm going to flip the video around so you can see my watch, and we'll go through it. So here we go. There's my watch, and you have to have the sun, or at least know where it is for this. And the sun right now is right through there. I'm not going to point the camera up there just so it's not super bright, but the sun is right here. So what I'm going to do, get that back in focus, I'll rotate this, I'm going to stay in focus, so that the hour hand is pointing toward the sun as it is right now. I'm going to put that down a little bit so that we can get a straight line. There we go. And the sun is, there we go. The hour hand is pointing directly at the sun. So now what we got to do is find the middle between there and 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock mark. So during standard time, that would be 12 o'clock. During daylight savings time, you use 1 o'clock. You find the midway point, which would be right about here where my finger is, right there. And that direction is south. And that's usually easiest to remember because the sun is in the southern sky when you're in the northern hemisphere. So that is south right there. North is over here where my other finger is moving now. Now this is not super accurate as far as getting a degree reading, but if you're trying to just figure out which direction is north, east, south, or west, this is fairly accurate for getting true north, south, east, or west. This is not for determining magnetic directions, which is what a compass will tell you. This is for true directions. But yeah, let me flip the camera back around here. I'm going to talk to you again for just a minute. Okay, so we're back again. So it's pretty straightforward way to navigate, way to get general directions, cardinal directions, northeast, south, and west. As I mentioned, that is for true north, east, south, or west, not magnetic. There is a difference between magnetic north and true north. Magnetic north is where the magnetic north pole resides. True north is the actual furthest northern part on the globe. The point where if you stand there, you can go no further north. So that's the difference there. But it's super handy if you get turned around just to figure out, let's say you hike in somewhere, you know the road is east, and you get turned around, you can figure out where east is, head that direction. This does require the sun, so on a day like today, I'm going to turn here. You can see the sun is right about there, but on a really overcast day, that might be kind of difficult to figure out. But if it's somewhere that you can see, you can use it. But that is watch navigation. There are some variations to that if you don't wear a wristwatch or if you wear a smartwatch. You can do the same thing that I'm about to tell you with a smartwatch or a cell phone or anything like that if it is not analog and does not have the hour hand on it. You can draw the watch face on a piece of paper and then draw the hour hand in the appropriate location. So if it's 4:30, the hour hand will be between 4 and 5. If it's some odd time like 4:17, 4:25, I just round up to the closest 15-minute mark. Usually that's pretty easy to do. You can just divide the area between each number into 4 sections and then just put the hour hand there. It's close enough, in my opinion, to get a good direction that way. You can also draw it on the ground. If you don't have paper, you can draw a watch face on the ground. If you're going to do that, I would suggest drawing a line pointing at the sun and then drawing the rest of the watch face accordingly. It is very difficult to move something drawn on the ground. So you want to be sure that you start in the right spot. So draw the hour hand first, then the rest of the watch face, and you can figure out directions that way. So one final thing, if you're in the southern hemisphere, this is different. So in the southern hemisphere, you will use the 12 o'clock mark or 1 o'clock mark, depending on whether or not where you are observes daylight savings time. And that is what you'll point at the sun, and then you will find the midpoint between the 12 or 1 o'clock mark and the hour hand. So, recap: northern hemisphere, point the hour hand at the sun, halfway between 12 or 1, depending on daylight savings time. Southern hemisphere, point 12 or 1, depending on daylight savings time, at the sun, and find the midpoint between that and the hour hand. And also keep in mind, in the southern hemisphere, the sun is in the northern sky rather than the southern sky as it is here in the northern hemisphere. So that will also help you figure out which end of your line is facing north and south, and therefore you can figure out east and west also. So, yeah, that is watch navigation in a nutshell. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, definitely appreciate it if you hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this. Have you used this method before? Has it gotten you out of a jam? It's gotten me out of a jam a couple times, but let me know. Also, be sure to check out all the links down below, website, book, all the good things. And until next time, go forth, enjoy yourself, and always come home safe.